We are only 26 days away from WWDC 2025, and today I want to go talk about all of the leaks rumors of WWDC 25 Raw Edition. So Raw basically means no edits whatsoever, just simply filmed raw iPhone footage, filmed off of an iPhone 14. So let's get started. We're gonna start off with iOS 19, which is gonna be giving the most biggest redesign ever, looking a lot like Vision OS. Yes, Vision OS. I think Vision OS is absolutely amazing. I really love its design elements, and the fact that Apple is going to be implementing that into iOS 19 is just crazy. And it's not just going to be iOS 19; it's going to be iPadOS 19, macOS 16, and not Vision OS 3, and watchOS 12. Basically, we're just going to give updates all across the border. iOS 19 is also going to deliver Stage Manager, finally. I do not expect this to be for the base model iPhone 16 and 15. However, I do expect it to be on just the 15 Pro and the 16 Pro. Because of performance and stuff. And and USB 3.0 support. And certified that it's because they have Pro chips inside. Nonetheless, iOS 19 is also going to be featuring iOS 19, iPadOS 19, and macOS 16 is going to be including the actual interface. Instead of having the corner radius of like 10, they're going to be making the corner radius at 30, which is going to basically make it look slick and cool. I personally think it looks great. So yeah, I'm like, why not? Yeah. Next up, iPadOS 19 is also going to look a lot like iPadOS in a way, like basically, or macOS, sorry. Basically, apparently we've heard that it's going to feel like macOS in some way. And macOS 16, I don't know exactly. However, I do hope there's some features that blow my mind. We've been hearing rumors that it might be called Tiburon or Mammoth. Either one. But hopefully it's Tiburon. That's what Mac Rumors says. Mac Rumors also says it might be called Pacific. But yeah, basically there's like a whole list of like what it's called. What it might be called. My money is on Mammoth or Tiburon. So yeah, in case you're wondering, where'd you get those words from? Those words are basically California landmarks. So yeah. And yeah, let's go talk about support for a sec, because support is pretty important. iOS 19 is going to wipe out support for the iPhone XS, XS Max, and XR, meaning that if you have one of those phones, you cannot run iOS 19 on them. You have to buy, it's going to be only iPhone 11 or later. So if you have like an old phone, or one of those models of phones, I think it might be a great time to upgrade your iPhone to maybe a used 13, maybe, or even a used 12 will do everything for you. I use an iPhone 13. It's still on iOS 18.1.1. In case I ever buy myself a newer phone, and I want to put Apple Intelligence on here, because there is actually a little exploit. You can actually enable Apple Intelligence on older iOS versions running iOS 18. I believe it's like iOS 18.1 to iOS 18.1.1. And yeah, then let's look at iPadOS 19, which is going to drop support for the iPad 7th generation, meaning there's going to be no longer going to be a way to jailbreak iPadOS or iOS. Jailbreak's just going to be gone, because the only jailbreakable device running the latest version right now is the iPad 7th generation, because of a chip inside does something for some reason. I forget, but either way, it's prone to an exploit. So therefore it's the only thing that can be jailbroken. And macOS 16 is still unknown. However, I hope it doesn't. I gotta say is I hope it doesn't wipe out Intel Max, because with Intel Max, I'm able to use something called Open Core Legacy Patcher, which basically lets me boot the latest operating systems on very old outdated systems from 2008 to 2017. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty important. And I hope T2, yes, T2 doesn't become a requirement for macOS 19. Yeah, I expect them to like at least wipe out support for the iMac Pro, because well, Apple does not produce iMac Pros anymore, and meaning that the iMac Pro isn't really going to be good anymore. It's just going to be, well, obsolete unless you use OpenCore. So yeah, watchOS 16. It's still unknown what watchOS 12 is going to include. However, I am generally pumped up for these next generation OSs. You can expect the event at June 9th. The developer beta will be out by that day, or a few hours or minutes after the event. And the public beta will be released at July, and the official release will be a couple days after the iPhone 17 release. So yeah, as said, we don't know about macOS, because macOS for me is going to be the biggest thing. So yeah, for now, thank you so much for watching. If you did, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.